I need to change my name.
Oh, that was loud. James Earl Moore.
Who's that?
Mademoiselle Pamela Ann of Schwartz.
Oh. Bonjour, bonjour. Comment allez-vous?
Muy bien, gracias.
Ah, bien.
Merci, merci.
Yeah, merci, merci. Very good. There is the beautiful Marianne.
Oh, I just logged in another
Go
device.
to sleep.
Messenger is now inactive.
Oh, I gotta log out. I'll be back.
Okay. Okay, so we've got Jennifer and Jim and Jay and Hanny. Hey, sweet Hanny, how are you?
Hi, Pamela. Jennifer Bishop from Moore, Oklahoma.
Hey, Jennifer, how are you, honey?
Sitting here on my lunch break. Can't be here long, but I'm here at least.
Well, we're glad to have you. Thank you for taking the time to spend with us.
No problem.
There's Marianne. It's very loud today. Did you get that too?
Just logged in as Tom again.
Sorry, I ate all that pumpkin bread. I ate all the pumpkin bread.
I see Glenda. Oh, Glenda,
Wake
you're looking
up.
gorgeous today.
Elsgren, go to sleep.
I can't mute or anything, honey.
You could call and say hey. I'll call you when I'm in my car.
How are you, Glenda?
Okay, now I can manage.
How are you doing?
Good, honey bun. Thank you. You look wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later then.
Miss Lanny Lou. Yoo-hoo. Where is that Lanny Lou? Come poke your head around the corner, Lanny. There she is. You're muted, girlfriend.
I'm trying to make my dinner and my alarm's going off.
Uh-oh. Don't burn it.
I need your help.
Who is that? Who is needing help?
I'm live on this conference and I really shouldn't be. I need you to exit out.
I can unmute you. Or I can
Or,
mute.
or mute him. Thank you.
All right, I think I'm muted. Throw that down. No, don't exit.
There you go. That's Jay. He's gone now.
There we go.
Oh, there he is. Now I'm muted.
There's Tommy.
Okay, now I'm myself. Am I myself?
Nope. You're still your alter ego, who is,
Ron.
yeah.
Hi, Tom.
Are you still able to control it, James?
Yeah, I'm controlling.
All right.
You're all Tom Chenault. Oh my gosh. You know, you could just go click up and rename and put your names in there.
You're kidding.
Go to the, you can do it, James. I have faith in you.
So Marianne, so you guys, it's Marianne's husband's birthday. Isn't that just beautiful?
10.
So she's taking him out to dinner here in about 15 minutes. So she's going to leave. So I just want you guys to know that it's an approved vacation day for her. She's leaving 15 minutes early. So that's, I don't want to, I know I'm a hell of a guy. I actually just posted a nice tribute to myself about that on Facebook, just about what a wonderful and nice guy I am. I so deserve it. Hello, Hanny. Hi. Hello, Linda. Hello, Jennifer Bishop. You're kind of a fresh-faced new person. Wow. Give me the peace sign. So let's see. She doesn't know she's muting. So there's Jim McCormick and Glenda and Lanny.
And Robin.
Adrian's here. His camera's not working. And little Robin. Tanner, the machine. That's very cool. And I guess Jay, I don't know who Jay is, but he looks like he's in a hospital bed. I hope he's all right.
Here, Jay.
Huh?
Jay Napier.
No, Jay. No, there's somebody named Jay on the board too. So Patrick Halstead's here. That's exciting. So
There's Adrian.
I took a class on Zoom Facebook Lives today, you guys. So I thought I'd tell you about that a little bit while we're waiting for people to populate. And they want you to use emojis. So I hate emojis. Is it called emoji or emoji or emoji or I don't even know if it's
Emoji.
Huh?
Emojis.
You got the wrong syllable on the wrong emphasis. Wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. I said it backwards. Sorry.
So anyway,
All right.
okay. So the key to that, yeah. So that's exciting. So you gotta use a lot of emojis. They don't want if you're trying to get engagement on Facebook, try to mention everybody's name that's watching, and then you try to engage them in comments. And that's why you see these goofballs go, if you like this Facebook Live, give us a 1. If you don't like it, give us a 2. That's why Facebook loves comments. So you need to know that. So today was very heartbreaking. Some guy calls me today. Denise, you get to tell this story because I'm telling you, of all the things, everybody that we know, including you, what you are trying to say right now is, how is Denise and Marianne so calm? And would Tom please throttle down? I'm reading your minds, right? So this guy was such a jerk from the minute the interview started. It was unbelievable. And because he was just intense. He was intentional, and it wasn't.
Well, he wasn't, there's sometimes when you're in a conversation with somebody and you feel like you're pulling it out of them and it's exhausting. That's how, and I was overhearing the entire thing. So that's how it felt to me, and I wasn't even on the phone.
But what was I doing? I was doing the coffee shop interview, like I'm telling you guys to do. But one of his terrific comments, which was so funny, was I need to change my voicemail because I'm too boring. Yep, you heard it. Is that the funniest? I said thank you. I went and listened to my voicemail, and as soon as my throat feels a little better from this tooth, I'm going to change it, and I'm going to make it. Everybody's right. I mean, it's only arrogance that has us not believe. That's that simple. So yeah, isn't that crazy?
Here's the thing too, because he said, you have to be more enthusiastic on your voicemail, and you need to say, I'm Tom Chenault, and I'm here to take your longevity order, and and so, okay, so for me, 2 things. One is, don't take advice from someone who hasn't actually been more successful than you are. Not that it's not a valid comment, and then 2 is, I was always told by one of my mentors, Doug Ridley, that as far as things like that, signage on your car, just know that people are watching you, and when they hear you, see you, watch you, they are always thinking to themselves, okay, if he's doing that and I sign up in his business, then I'm going to have to do the same thing, right? And so actually, Marianne has a really cool longevity logo on the back of her car, but you've seen all those ads that go across the back window about, lose weight, call me now, and all this stuff. And Tom and I, we've never done that. Tom has one bumper sticker on his Jeep, but I'm really it's really hard for me to bumper sticker up my car. And so you just know that you're always thinking about what are people seeing, and are they going to think that they have to do the same thing? And so that's also why, for both Tom and I, we've never said anything about vitamins, longevity, make extra money, leave me your message. None of that on our voicemail, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Back to
That's
you,
good.
Tom.
Thank you very much there, my roving reporter, beautiful wife. So that was good.
That was good. Okay.
So I want you guys, the guy named Jay that's in the white bed at the top, I brought him up on purpose, is my friend Jay Napier. He lives in Tennessee, and he was one of the most successful network marketers in the United States. I flew to Florida with him. We had an unbelievable experience. He was in a hotel I was in. Wonderful guy, wonderful wife, wonderful family. Driving down the road, minding his own business. Somebody ran a red light, T-boned him 5 years ago, and he is now a paraplegic. But you would never know it by the way he carries his life. He is absolutely, he's on here to interview 2. He's on here to three-way 1. I got an email from him this morning. He said, I can't believe I can't keep all my data in one place. And, he's like you guys going, I can't, except he's in bed. He is a quadriplegic. He talks with assistants. He does everything with assistants. He's the most amazing guy I know. So as you guys see Jay Napier out there in the world, and he's all over now, he's starting to come in on Facebook and be one of our really prevalent guys, because he wants to build a business and build a retirement and have a great life, and we're committed to help him. The fact of the matter is, you guys, everything you can do to help Jay Napier, do. And just know that you are one veer across the center line, or somebody else one veer across the center line for you to be in that same spot. And just, that's unbelievable stuff. So love him like I do. Make sense? Jay Napier. Somebody's unmuted. Let's see what you're saying. Okay, good. I got you. All right, yeah, the Vitacar is the Vitacar. Yeah, the Vitacar.
Is what I just said. I forgot about the Vitacar. We have this big billboard sitting out front. Great. I forgot about the Vitacar.
Yeah, you guys know the Vitacar. It's the greatest.
Not my car.
But that's my car. In fact, people complain to Denise all the time. They say stuff to Denise like, "Oh, you're the house with that silly car with the 90 on the door," which is beautiful because they would have never noticed it. Okay, so one thing that Adrian and I have been working on hard on the app for you.
Sidetracked.
Is knowing, and I met with a couple of you on the phone this week and talked to you about your organizations, your success, and where you are. And it turned into a conversation around addition and subtraction is 65 days in a wake up. You guys have known that there had to be more to 65 in a wake up than what met the eye. And most of you are in the middle of 65 in a wake up, at the end of 65 in a wake up, and you're standing there saying, is that all there is? And of course there isn't. But I kept telling you guys to go sell Mega CEO packs. I kept telling you to go enroll people. I kept telling you to follow up. And I kept, because that is all so naturally instinctive to me. But the trouble is, it's not for you. And what we finally figured out with Pamela and Adrian and a couple other people is that even the follow-up could be construed as multiplication and division if the copy shop interview is addition and subtraction. And so many of you are stopped at the tool and the follow-up of the tool and what to do with the tool and when to follow up, when to really present the tool, what to do with that follow-up when you're really trying to take that person into an enrollment conversation or a powerful three-way call. And so I got to thinking about that, and one of the better people on the planet at selling product everywhere, and she sells product everywhere. And it's so cute. She just walks in here, grabs a bag of product, says, I'm going to Pilates. I've got this CM cream for Claudia. I've got the BTT for the other girl, is Denise. But Denise lacks your word. Your word. I'm not saying a word. I would never say you lack anything. Pamela, stop covering your face.
Like, what's he gonna say? You think I'm immune? No, no, no.
So Denise,
What? I lack what? What do I lack, Tom?
okay, so did I have a conversation with you before this Zoom about being on the hotbed?
Yes, you did, Tom.
Okay, so just so all of you know, just like Marianne's husband, I'm so kind. So here's the deal. Where does this thing translate? Because I was on the phone with a guy named John Clark yesterday with Adrian, and there's a time for everything. There's a place for everything. And how do you guys know when that time and place is there? When does it go from just being friends to turn this into enrollment? Because if you remember last week, I kind of went on a rant on this call, and then afterward I did a big Facebook Live by myself where I said, if anybody thinks that 65 and a wake up isn't magic, you haven't been in here reading the comments. But I could not get you to follow up, and I could not get you to the coffee shop interview. Then I could not get you from the coffee shop interview to contact mapping and documenting, so you had touch points for follow-up without having that first piece done. And that first piece is done. And so, Jim, you're out there walking your dog around the lake with your wife. You build the contact. You notate the contact. Now you're going, oh my gosh, I'm frozen with fear. Where do I go from here? How do I not be I don't want to be a salesman. I want to completely follow up with integrity. So the one person that's really good about that and selling, not as a salesperson, as a person who is there because of all the follow-up touches, is Denise. So she is great at that next level that we're getting to right now, is called interview, document, follow up, follow up, follow up. When they're ready, present. Where she drops the ball is taking that conversation, admitting she's a professional network marketer, and bringing those people over here for a conversation further in their life. She's stuck on what it is that's wrong with their body that she can solve the problem on. But Denise, how do you do what you do so well?
Now I'm confused about what I do well.
Look at what you do. I mean, every one of you walk out the door every day with products for your Pilates friends and your friends in your life, your nail lady, your manicure lady, your hair lady, your makeup lady. I'm going to keep going until you tell me to shut up. So go ahead.
Take the village, Tom. Well, first of all, I mean, I use the products. I believe in the products. And I have a great testimonial around the products. Being 51 years old and, no medication, no prescription drugs, and, being, I would say, very healthy. I think that, it's easy for me to talk about the products because I know that they work, and I have great faith in the products. We need to mute Ken Selector.
Keep going.
And
James,
so,
can you just hit mute all?
He's muted. Keep going, Denise. This is important stuff.
So yeah, so I think that it's very easy for me to talk about the product because, and I don't. I guess the difference is I never sell the product, and partly it's because I really do a takeaway, and if it comes up that it's one of those network marketing companies, I pretty much do a takeaway and say, look, I don't believe me. I don't need the sale. I'm telling you about it because I think it would do you some good. And you all could really say that no matter what. So I don't have an agenda around them saying yes or no. Because I'm coming at it from the standpoint of I really believe in the products. I don't go around yapping about the products. Every now and then, I mean, if I try something and I'm like gung-ho about it, it is hard for me, just like it's hard for you to not talk about it. Yeah. Does that answer your question? Oh, now you're muted.
I'm driving you down one more level.
Okay.
Would you say the fact that you don't bring people home and you don't bring people to a network marketing conversation, is it because you don't want the responsibility for their failure or their success? Is it because you don't want to take the time to really do that with them? What stops you from really diving into their life and saying there might be a big solution for what you want to do, whether it's change the world, make more money, have more time? Where does that
I prejudge people way too much.
Okay, good. Did you hear that?
I mean, that's for me because
this is a person on the stage at GoPro 2 times in a row, most powerful woman in network marketing, interviewing with her eyes and calling herself on that.
Not even with because it takes a special person and a stick-to-itness, most importantly, and in a certain level of enthusiasm and self-confidence to really to stick it out during the 3 to 5 years that it takes to be successful.
Are you sure you're going to stick it out for 3 to 5 years?
So far, so good.
Yeah, but the point is, you've got to know that because they're going to sense if you're all in with them. Another woman I talked to yesterday at length with one of her leaders, what we cemented in was that she was all in for this leader. Because as your people sense that you're not all in and you really aren't, you're kind of like whatever it is you're doing, they get that and they're going, man, I'm going to be on my own and I don't want to go broke enthusiastically and take people with me. So I'm taking you guys way down the road. I want you interviewing, but I want you to understand it's scary to map those people. It is scary to follow those people up on the verticals with 7 different touches. It's scary to send them a tool when they finally request it aimed at what it is that's going on in their life. It's scary doing a 3-way call with your upline. You're afraid you're going to mess it up. You're afraid they're going to mess it up. I don't know if you guys know Shirley Dower, Dower. Yes, you do. She went through, Pamela, I cannot believe you shook your head. Shirley, she went through 65 and a wake up. And she got me on the phone a couple of days ago on a 3-way call. And she lit up the board. I coached her. I said the introduction's got to be over the top. I'll take care of it from there. I need to know this guy's blood type. And I'll be darned if she didn't do it as well as anybody I've ever seen do it. And it really, really warmed my heart. And what I want you guys to get is this is going to take you time. But if you do the interviews and you notate it you're going to have a heck of a hard time messing up the follow-up. You're going to do a bunch of follow-ups, and you're going to be going, oh, man, nothing's happening yet. And all of a sudden, you're going to call me on the phone and say, man, I need to take this thing to the next level. I've got the addition subtraction down. I've got the multiplication division down. Now I've got to go after the geometry part of this thing, which is actually creating sales. It is so cool. Keith, I love you loving your wife like that. It makes me happy. That's a beautiful thing. And Tatum Calhoun, got to mute Tatum, but hello, Tatum. You are a little rock star. And if she gives me permission, you guys, one of these days, for Tatum O'Neal, I will tell you, Tatum Calhoun, she sent me a video on her life and what it took for her to be the rock star she is today, and it would blow your mind. This is such an unbelievable kid. Remember that video, Denise? Yep, that's so cool. So you guys, you can do this. You can do this, but every one of you can't get frustrated. You can't give up on the process. I'm looking at 65 and I wake up, and I'm going across all the boards here, and I'm not seeing names. I'm not seeing your name. And why I'm saying that I'm not seeing your name is because you aren't on there yet documenting 65 straight days. And the reason you're doing it is my fault. I have not made it safe enough for you. I have not made it good enough for you, because I know you can do it. I know you can do it. But my job is to prove to you that you can do it. And what you're going to get out of that is better friends. What you're going to get out of that is a bigger heart. What you're going to get out of that is empathy for total strangers you never had before. What you're going to get out of that is the nucleus of a business to build something big with. I'm telling you. After I did that conversation with one of you guys yesterday that is trying to rank up, and you're already great in longevity, but you want to go higher, I thought about the various people on this board that are in that boat. And the ones that I want to literally have you call me and say, Tom, what's it going to take for me to go here? Because you can do it. Every one of you, you can do it, especially if your upline is participating. But what I need you to get is you are your upline. You've got to participate, and then you've got to bring your people in here with you. You've got to make that stand. And every one of you have the same story going on. I don't have time. I'm too busy. It's not really what I'm up to. Boom, ba boom, ba boom. And that's the message you're sending your team. And I don't want you to send that message anymore. Thank you for telling me that I have made it safe and simple.
I think you have, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to call it on myself anyway, just because I'm such a humble man. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Okay, so there's many of you I've known. Ken Selector, you guys don't even know. Ken Selector's on here. I've known Ken for Selector for 20 years. The first time I ever met with him was at a Starbucks, and Ken was my brother's best friend, and he was selling insurance with my brother. And I have been through thick and thin and thin and thick and thick and thin, and I was thin, then I was thick. I have been through it with Ken. But Ken's on here because he knows I will never give up on him. Ever, 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 ever. I don't know how to sell insurance. I don't know how to drive limos. I don't know how to work at a health club. I don't know how to do any of that. I suck at all of that. I know network marketing. And I can teach you if you will let me teach you. And it's got nothing to do with Mike Battistelli, with David Rutz, with Louis Ariaza, with Corey Gold, with Scott Fardulis, with Noah Sigmund, with any of those people. None of them. This feeds into what they're doing. My job is to this coffee cup right here is full of coffee. It's completely full. But that doesn't mean I can't get another cup of coffee and another cup and fill it with more coffee. This is not a world of scarcity. There are great things for you here. That's why I want you to go to GoPro. That's why I'm giving you tickets for those people that make this thing through this to the GoPro women's event. And my wife goes, what about the men today? It was funny. I go, if I were the men, I'd go to the women's. I mean, for a million reasons. But if you don't want to go to that, then you want to go to the ANMP convention. and maybe I'll give you tickets to the Longevity Convention. I don't give a rat's about that. I am convinced, convicted, and committed to you guys being professional, great network marketers to get great lives. And I've got something to prove here. Adrian has something to prove here. Denise has something to prove here, because we've got this contact mapping app that is going to rock, and we want you to rock with us every time we have a meeting. You can ask Adrian, and it's so funny. People are sitting down with us, and we talk about this focus group, you guys, because 65 and a Wake Up was supposed to be the group of people we were in San Antonio with that's turned into 10,475,000 people, because you people are so awesome. Because people are watching you trust the process and seeing how this can work, and it's working, and it's making miracles happen. That's what's so cool. Who's got a question? Estes.
So, honey,
You are a machine, Robert Estes. This is going to work for you. You're going to get out of that Lyft job. You're going to get out of that Farm Bureau thing, and you're going to kill it. Know that. What, Denise? Love you.
So one thing that you might want to share with people is, I think that this ANMP Zoom tomorrow evening would be worth people's time.
Yeah.
Go to the ANMP 2018 Facebook group. It will be live broadcasted tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Central. And they're going to have quite a few really high-level leaders on that Zoom, so that might be kind of cool. So can I share just an interesting stat that I read?
Yeah, go. I'm trying not to monopolize. I want you guys to enter in. I want you to speak up. I want you to talk about what we can do to make you better. Look at Denise. She loves it when I interrupt her. It's one of her favorites. Take it away.
No, I was reading in the Direct Selling News that, which is the Direct Selling News had the December issue was all about women. And in the icon, they had 20 icons in direct selling, and Rhonda Anderson was pinpointed as one of the icons in the industry, which was really cool. But in another article, they talked about the U economy, U-Y-O-U economy, and they're talking about how there's a lot of people out there, driving Uber. They have their house on Airbnb. They're selling their artsy things on Etsy. And that by 2020, 40% of the American workers will be independent contractors, 40% by 2020. And so it's the cool thing, it's shifted so much over the 20 years that Tom and I have been in Longevity. Because, nobody at that, I think even 20 years ago, a lot of people thought that the big American dream was still working for a company and retiring with the same company. And that has totally shifted. And so I think the good news is that we are creating a lot more entrepreneurs out there just in the workforce who are more open-minded about network marketing, because they're trying to, they're working a couple of different side jobs to be able to live. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of cool, though.
Yeah. Anybody got us anything? Anybody want to say anything? I want to know what stops you from posting every day on 65 and a Wake Up. I need you to know, I got an email here from Alex Tice. I won't go find it because I can't find it. He said, do not, whatever you do, let up on 65 and a Wake Up. It's the most important group in Longevity right now. Do not let up. So you guys, don't let up and get your groups in there. I mean, I watch you, Pamela, with the people that you've got in your group. It's unbelievable. And I can see your leaders developing daily. It is so exciting to watch that. But every one of us, and today, yeah, it's cool. I don't want to give any names up of conversations that I've had with people. Peggy Gleason, I love you. Colleen, I love you. This is crazy stuff if you'll just play. Anybody's hand up? Did I miss anybody? Anybody want to say anything? This is okay.
I want people to know that they shouldn't be afraid here either. This is a safe place too. And so if there's really something holding you back, in order for us to help you to be able to find the success that you're looking for, you need to tell us what it is that you need, what it is that you're lacking, and how we can help you to be able to overcome it and give you some guidelines and direction.
And either Dylan or Devin Suggs down in San Antonio decided to generate this call today. One of them made a decision, and I acknowledge they were on there. They said we learned to tell time, but you cannot believe how many high school people are on here. They're not high school people. They're all between 20 and 30 years old, and they are unbelievably ambitious kids. Dylan, Devin, one of you come on here and just say hi and talk about you a little bit. Tatum, I saw you turn off your camera. Do that. Tell us what's going on for you. Can you either Dylan or try Dylan or Devin Suggs? There's
Hey,
Dylan.
what's going on? Can
Dylan,
you hear me?
yes.
Hey,
Was that you or your brother that sent me the coffee shop interview earlier today?
oh, that was me.
Okay, talk about that a little bit. Talk about
Yeah, don't do that.
somebody's got to get unmuted. I mean, or muted. It is so crazy. Talk about who you are. Talk about you're a college graduate. You went to the University of Houston. That's where I met you. Came home to San Antonio, found out that you have an unbelievable life in San Antonio. Your mother is phenomenally successful financially. Your dad is one of the personal development king chiropractors, characters of all time. He's adorable. But what they taught you kids was self-sufficiency, to the point that somebody offered you a giant business for you and your brother to run. And you said, thanks a lot, appreciate the offer, but what we're up to is far bigger than that. We are on this planet to make a difference and change lives. And even though we love your money and we love you, we think we're going to go it alone. Is that what you did?
Yeah, I was actually having a conversation the other day about, there's many fronts to the war that we're fighting. And I know Dr. Wallach talks about it being a war and being a warriors. And, something that I mentioned to somebody was, when somebody leaves the battlefield because they don't want to fight for the king, that they don't want to fight for the cause, that's on them. But we can't afford to leave the battlefield. We have to continue the fight, because it is tyranny what's happening with our medical system. It is tyranny what's happening with our financial system and the 9-to-5 broke mindset, all of it, So essentially my vision as a young millennial was I left college. I didn't finish college because I fell in love with network marketing. I saw it as the revolution that was taking over the way people do business. And you're seeing that with, things like Uber, of course, and the sort of the e-commerce economy, the contractor economy, the share economy. It's all about, I have a house, let me share it. I have a car, let me share it. Now we have to share our network and build.
Oh, we might have lost
and
him.
A network marketing business is going to build wealth. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out.
Okay. So I'm driving right now.
Can you
hear me now?
repeat what you were saying about what you share, and then you got to the end of your comment, and then you kind of went out?
Okay, well, in terms of, what I was sharing earlier was the war that we're fighting together, and how we're all on this sort of battlefront, and we're fighting the war on tyranny in terms of financial, broke mindset, 9-to-5 job life, and we're also fighting the medical tyranny with Dr. Wallach's nutrition and programs. That's essentially the war we're fighting right now. And so that's something I follow in terms of a vision. And being young and being a millennial, I fell in love with network marketing when I was a freshman in college. And I had a mentor at the time who introduced me to not only his company, but introduced me to the industry. And when Tom tells you to go to GoPro, and when Tom tells you to go to ANMP, you have to understand that other network marketing leaders, like, I'm not going to say company, but there are other companies and other network marketers that would never tell their constituents or their distributors to go to an A&MP or to go to a GoPro because they're afraid that they're going to find some other opportunity. And what Tom has created here with allowing all of us to find a love for the industry of network marketing is super different from other companies where they focus more or less on the product, the juice, the tablets, the patches, the whatever they're selling, and they really stay in tune with themselves. They try to make it a really private thing. And so with us being, involved, I fell in love with the industry first, and then I met great leaders, and Tom being one of them was one of the best leaders I've ever met personally. I went back to Orlando at Mastermind event to meet Tom in person after having a phone conversation with him. And when I met him in person, we went to some Italian restaurant, and he just bought dinner for literally all my friends and everybody who went to go meet him and talk with him. And it was just this unbelievable conversation we had. And from there, I've committed to Youngevity, and not only that, but just really committed to Tom's mentorship ever since. And I think that it was the best decision I've ever made. And another thing I will mention, and I mentioned to a lot of people, which is if you're going to join network marketing, you might as well just pick a really solid company and just stick with it. There's no need to hop around or try to figure something else out. There's really no need for that, because at the end of the day, if you don't pick the right company first, then you're gonna end up in a world of trouble. And so I think Youngevity was the perfect company. Tom is the perfect, if not close to it, leader for all of us. And so that's a little bit about me. And I'm here in San Antonio now. I don't have the depressing or the really crazy come up story or anything like that. I lived middle class. I lived okay. We got the car, I got my driver's license, and I finished high school. I have the same best friends, that I had for years. And, I didn't have a terrible life, but I knew that I was destined for something greater when I found the network marketing industry. And then, of course, pairing up with Dr. Wallach and everything that we're doing now is just really exciting. So that's what I have to share. I could go on for days.
Read him and weep, folks. Okay, so he's 12, and that's what he's doing, which is so exciting. And then you've got Jay in his bed as a quadriplegic. I mean, we've got everybody that we can help. We are and I'm 100. So we've got the spectrum here. And all we need to do, Lorene Williamson, is that you? You're looking so much younger. I thought it was your daughter. The key to this thing is do it ourselves so our teams are doing it. It's that simple. But when we start delegating, when we start thinking, and I told Scott Fardulis and all those people that today, I said, bring me onto your Zooms for 15 minutes. I can do that. I don't want to act like I've got every answer. I want to play. I don't want you guys on all those conference calls, by the way. If you're on a conference call, you're not building your business. If you've done your 2 interviews a day and you've done your 3-way call and you want to go watch Joanne Conaway or Dr. Glidden or Dr. Wallach or Dr. Kevorkian, I don't care. But at the end of the day, that is so fun. I just love the camera because I love saying shocking things and you don't realize you're shocked. So you just pop and it just makes me so happy when I say stupid stuff. But the point is, you can do this, every one of you. And you can't sell yourself out with a too busy or a too tired or too this or too that. Tell the truth to yourself. I don't want to do it because I'm scared. I don't want to do it because I don't know what to do. I don't want to have my team do it because I don't want to look bad in front of them. That's all a bunch of hocus pocus. No, you can't do that. So that's my story on that. You guys clear about that? Where's Marianne? She's not here.
She went to Red Lobster.
You got Red Lobster.
You know what is so funny? And Denise will tell you this. I love Red Lobster. It's one of my secret places. And they have crab legs there, and they're not like $1 million. And the help's very well trained. So when Marianne said, I need to go to my husband's birthday party, I'm like all mad at her. And then she says, I said, where are you going? And I'm typing. And she said, Red Lobster. And I was so jealous. It was unbelievable that I didn't get invited, because I would have gone and paid if they would have just invited me. It makes me so sad. Is that true or not true, Denise?
That is true, and they were out of crab legs the last time we went, which was very sad. So
Okay.
yeah, Dylan is awesome, and I just, you know, that whole young team down in San Antonio is so cool, and what they've done so many things well. But one of the coolest things about that team is that they play at a level here. And they say, basically, look, we want you to be a part of the team, but you got to play here. And they do leadership training, they do personal development, and they've created community where other people, we had breakfast after GoPro, and with this team, there are probably, I don't know, 14, 18 of them. And, you know, from all different spectrums, different socioeconomic backgrounds, different, some had gone to college, some hadn't, some were personal trainers, some were, you know, professionals. And what was cool about it is that they have consciously linked arms and created a relationship, but they also do not ever, they have oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? They never talk anybody into joining, and they always, they say, look, we want you, but you got to play here, you know, and so they don't convince. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Pamela. And, you know, and so they just have really created a great and very unique partnership down there that is so cool. And they come to events, and they flew to Vegas from San Antonio, but a lot of times they'll all drive together in caravan, and then they'll rent a Airbnb and just all camp out and sleep on the floor and everything. And you know, that's part of the fun too. They make it an event. And so I love them, and there's so much that we can learn from them.
Amen. For sure. So, Hanny Sai, we want to talk to you. So we're going to unmute you right now. It's Jane. Oh, you're unmuted. How you doing, Hanny?
Yes, sir. I'm pretty good. Thank you.
Look how happy she looks, everybody. And she is just a rock star. She went through before you went through 65 and a wake up, how were you doing?
I was about to quit.
Okay.
The first time I heard of our leaders, you and the rest at the regional in North Carolina, Charlotte, and we were amazed that this part, Nature Square now is under the big umbrella of longevity, and we were fortunate to know. But still, I was at that turning point that I may say, one more, the convention, I would want to go. So I went with Peggy, and I said, this is it. This will decide whether I'm going forward or do the cha-cha backwards and then just say goodbye. But it opened my eyes all over again. The only thing was that fear. It's just a little kid in the block, the new person in network marketing, other than taking care of mommies and patients. I was learning, and at the same time, before the 65, I watched for a little while, and then I decided when I went to the convention, day one, August 20th was my first day. After Pam, met Pam, and I met a whole group of people that I said, there's no turning back. And yeah.
And now you're talking to the Philippines. You're everywhere, right? You're doing video, you're doing home parties, you're going crazy.
Yes, it strengthened, it built more power and confidence in me, the introvert, and just always gonna just nod and smile in the corner or cover when I laugh or smile. But this makes me more confident in saying, I built this muscle of engaging, opening a conversation. It's just a natural thing. So the 65 and a wake up made me, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. My heart is open already. And
did you ever want to quit 65 and a wake up?
Several times, yes.
Was there ever any major stumbling block that stopped you, that could have stopped you, that you busted through? Did you have to get through some major adversity?
Yes.
Can I tell them one of it?
Yes.
You guys, she joined 65 and a wake up and her husband died in the middle. Did you know that? That happened to her. I would have quit. I think almost all of us would have quit. But this woman, I don't even know why you didn't quit, but I'm ready to cry right now. You posted that picture a couple of days ago and it made me cry. I just want you to know, Hanny Sai, that you are the real deal and we love you, and the memory of your husband is living on through you, through 65 and a wake up, and the difference that you're going to make on this planet. And we love you. You know that, right?
Yes. Thank you. And his name is Thomas.
I love that name.
So I gained another Tom.
Yeah, there we go. But you guys, and fear is such a big stopper of all of us. It's not even about looking good or looking bad. It's in my job, and fear almost boils down to, what are you going to say? Oh my gosh, you have to hear this today. Do you guys want to hear a funny story before we get into fear?
I'm gonna, I messaged you and Pam and Peggy one point that I said, how am I gonna go back out there saying that I have longevity, I have the gift, while he died of cancer. And you said, use it to help other people. And Pam said, use the pain to give joy to people. So I'm going to continue. Peggy said to me, that's the right way of releasing everything and helping other people through it. So I just wanted to thank everyone about.
Can you believe that, you guys? Can you believe that? And that fear. I mean,
Annie, thank you for sharing that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and so today our son came in and he was feeling a little scared about starting a new job today. And put Denise on the big screen. And he came up to the back door and he was talking to his mom on his way to work, and he was feeling a little down in the dumps. And I heard him talking to her, and I thought, we have got to change his mindset. I mean, this kid has got to hit that thing like the eye of the tiger. He's got to fire that little voice on his shoulder. And I got to thinking, what can I do to help with that? Flip it to Denise.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so what time? It was, normally what happens in the morning is Tom gets up, he does a hair on fire call, and then he walks over to his AA meeting, and then he walks home. And he scared me to death at 7:45 when I got up. and I came downstairs to make coffee, and all of a sudden he had come down the front stairs. I had come down the back stairs, and he's standing there in his underwear.
And my socks.
Underwear and socks. Oh, you did have socks on?
Yes.
Oh, that's a lovely, imagine that. Okay, you're getting the picture here. And so anyway, Dominic had come in, and we were in the kitchen, and so he was by the side door, and all of a sudden I heard the front door slam, and I thought, and I knew what Tom had on, so I'm like, what is he doing? And all of a sudden Dominic, he walked out the side door, Tom came around the front, he ran down a very long driveway to the side door in his underwear and socks, apparently. I didn't even notice that part because I was like flabbergasted. We have new neighbors across the street. And he was yelling, and he's going, "You gotta put him back! You gotta go get him! You gotta show him what you got!" And he was like going on and on and yelling and screaming up and down the driveway in his underwear. And oh my gosh, and Dominic, it did snap him out because he was like, he started laughing. It was so funny.
I bounced him out of that bad mood like you wouldn't. Hello, Emily. Yeah, I bounced him out of that bad mood. It looked like a naked dancing elephant. It was the greatest thing you have ever seen in your life. I'm sure the for sale sign is going to go back up tomorrow on that house across the street. The house next door, who knows? And because the whole thing, it was like 45 seconds in the driveway because I wasn't about to let him go to work in his head. And I promise you, he is trying to unsee that like you've never seen before, which is the greatest thing in the world because now he's back to life and he's got whatever that's, oh, you're not good enough, this or that in his head. It's gone. And so, yeah, we're all scared. And I promise you, the more you fire that little guy on your shoulder called being good or looking good or anything, and you become a Hanny. I mean, Hanny, that was one of the most touching things I've seen in 20 years of network marketing and all my career, longevity or otherwise. And what a woman she is. And there's another person like Jay. I mean, we need to hold them. We need to love them. We need to be with them and let them. I mean, everybody deserves this. And the way that you're going to do it is you get number two, there's another, and bring your people to the Hair on Fire call. All these little young snot-nosed kids that are on here right now, they're just as busy as you are. You too, Emily. And getting on the Hair on Fire call, it's great that you're on there, but bring your people. It's great you're on here, but bring your people. I want to break the Zoom server. I want to break the longevity server. Next week we're going to try something different, I think. We're going to and they don't know this yet and longevity doesn't know this yet and they're all going to be very jealous. But I think if I'm right, and James you can probably tell me if I'm right or wrong by either speaking up or nodding your head. I now think that I can stream this baby through Facebook Live. So we'll have this Zoom going on, and those of you that are on it, I can add you live on the Facebook Live, but all those people that don't want to be on here but want to lurk, they're wet my coffee, yahoo! Right over all kinds of stuff, good news. Anyway, don't let it worry you. No electronics there, so we're going to live no matter what happened. Denise, get in here and clean this up. Oh, yeah, that was a joke. So anyway, yeah.
Look, Pamela and I had the same. We were like,
oh my gosh. Yeah, there it went. So that's cool. Naomi, where are you? Let's talk. Naomi's got her hand raised. Naomi.
Oh, I'm muted. Okay.
No, you're not. I can hear you. Hi, Naomi.
You muted her back. There you go.
Doing great.
I am from Maryland.
Okay.
I'm in Dr. Willie Richardson's group.
I love him.
And I try to listen to you in the morning. I want to know what is 65 and awake.
Yep. we're gonna send you a link right now that you're gonna click when you get done. You have got if I had that beautiful voice like yours, I would be rich.
Oh, bless your heart.
Yes.
I once met you in person and you told me to be interested and not interesting.
Did you get mad when I said that?
No, but I'm learning how to be interested and not interesting.
Okay, good.
Or vice versa. I want to be 63 and awake. 65 and awake is I want to be 63 and awake.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn how to do my longevity business.
Yeah.
I wanted my platform to be diabetes and cancer.
Okay.
To how to be a navigator and a supporter. I'm a registered nurse by trade, and I want to learn how to focus on what to do to help people as I get older, you know?
Okay, so here's the deal. There's like 93 registered nurses that when you just clapped, when you just said that, they started clapping. There's 2 of them I know from Duke University on here. And so number 1, people are going to start finding you right now. Are we friends on Facebook?
I'm not sure, but I'd like to send a friend message to you tonight.
Okay, good. You have to do that because I want to add you to 65 and a Wake Up, but I also want to get you in conversation with all these people. You have a big job of changing the world. Are you how long have you been a nurse?
Over 30 years.
Are you married?
I'm a widow. I lost my husband in 2008 to cancer, just like Jay.
Oh my gosh, that's Hanny.
Sorry.
Hanny is a nurse and she lost her husband. Yeah, Jay's the guy in the wheelchair.
And for a while, I lost my confidence that if I'm going to be selling health and wellness product, why wasn't I able to save my husband, you know?
That's kind of what's going on in the back.
And very recently, I decided to go do a mammogram, and they tell me I have early stage of breast cancer. So now I'm really 63 and awake, and I want to know what it is that I'm going to do to set the example for other people.
Do you have children?
Yes, I do. 3 grown children.
2 grown children. What are they doing?
One is a healthcare administrator in dialysis. One is a minister and a dancer, and the other one is a high school counselor.
Okay, good. So you have 3 kids.
Right.
Okay, good. All right. And how about money? Have you got plenty of money?
No, I don't have plenty of money.
Okay, good. So is your retirement all set up? Is the hospital or whatever it is going to give you all your retirement?
Unfortunately, nursing is a very thankless job. You will get to the end of my career and they fire you so that they don't have to pay your benefits.
Oh my gosh. Hey, James Mute Shar Miller. All right. That makes me sad. And tell me what else about your life. What do you love to do? What do you want to do when you retire?
I am about to apply early for my Social Security and then use the other time doing health and wellness education. And I would love to develop my longevity business fully because health and wellness is my passion.
Oh man, this is great news. Okay, so have you been looking at the comments over here on the right?
Some of them.
Okay, no, I'm going to put my phone number in there. I need you to text me all your information.
Yeah.
Or send me your email address. I'm putting my phone number in right now. You're actually in my organization, and you've got Cheryl Morley and I as business partners with you. And I want to help you. And I love Dr. Willie Richardson. He and I are very, very similar. He's obviously smart. He's a dentist, but he's huge into personal development like me. So he and I are kindred spirits on a front that you wouldn't believe. So yeah, we're going to help you. Is that a deal?
Yes, I appreciate it.
Okay, good. If I could show you how to build a residual income that's going to change the way that your retirement looks, doing 2 interviews a day and 1 3-way call in about 15 hours a week, would you listen to me powerfully?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Did you guys hear that? That's how that goes right there. you interview. She told me what's the most important thing to her, health and wellness and retiring with a good life.
Yes.
I heard that, and then I sold it back to her inside of making a commitment.
Yes.
Did you notice that?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. The brick took the brunt of the coffee, so she just heaved the wet brick at me.
Okay.
So, all right. So we're going to do this. And tell us what your name is, because you've got it all stretched out.
Did I? I'm Naomi, Naomi.
What's your last name?
Elcock, Elcock.
All right. That's what you typed.
I was born in Jamaica and I live in Maryland.
Okay, good. Well, you didn't put any spaces, so I was having a tough time with it. All right,
Okay.
good. All right, so it's way past, it's an hour. You guys,
So
anybody
you didn't
want
tell
to?
me what 65 and wake up is?
We're gonna, no, because I don't want to scare you. Here's the deal. 65 and a wake up is a page that's exactly, if you know me, you know I've been sober for 29 years and I go to an AA meeting every day.
Okay.
And when you first stop drinking, that's all you do is drink. And so what they say to you is you have got to go to meetings every day. And you go, I don't have time. And then they tell you have to go to 90 meetings in 90 days and you want to shoot yourself in the head. Then they tell you have to not only go to those meetings, but you have to read the book.
Yes.
And you go, I don't have time to read the book. Here's my book. Here's my AA book. So they say you need to read this book. So you kind of scan it. And then they say, then you have to read it with a sponsor. And you go, I'm not telling anybody all my deep, dark secrets. Then they tell you have to work the steps. And you go, I'm not working any steps. And it takes you a while to believe all that. But all of a sudden, you keep going out and getting drunk and doing it your way. And you finally come back and agree to do all that. And once you do all that, you think you graduated and you say, what next? And they say, go teach somebody else.
Okay.
And the magic behind that is in 65 days in a wake up, all you're looking at right here is a giant 65 and a days in a wake up AA meeting support group.
Okay.
So instead of me being the leader, we all got into this group on Facebook called 65 and a Wake Up, and everybody's kind of watching to see if it's for them. And once they decide to jump off the dock, they make the commitment to interview 2 people a day and 3-way one with their upline and document it on 65 and a Wake Up for 65 straight days.
Okay.
By the time you get in about 2 weeks, you've developed a muscle.
Okay.
And you're going, I've got to do it again. By the time you've gone through 65 days, you've developed the habit. And it's become a part of you and a part of your life. And at that point, you are starting to teach other people what you learned.
Okay.
And where the magic is you just saw all these nurses nod. They've gone through 65 days in a wake up. And these busy women from Duke University and these various other people in the same boat as you now know they can teach literally everybody to do the same thing. And your Facebook friend request page, I promise you, is filling up as we speak with people that want to help you do this.
Thank you.
And you know what, when you met me that day in Baltimore, Maryland,
Mhm.
I told you to be more interested than interesting. And you thought, justifiably, who is this rather arrogant man telling me what to do, or whatever it was that you thought. But when you're with 1,000 other people, Lorene, I saw you nodding. When you're with all these other people and you're doing exactly the same thing as them, and you're realizing that they're doing exactly the same thing as you, and you see that they can do it, then you know that you can do it. And we're going to train you that way to become a professional network marketer. Hi, John Clark. And when you get to the end of the rainbow, You are going to be a professional network marketer and good at this. That's our commitment to you. How do you like that?
Perfect. I appreciate it.
Did I explain that well enough to everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is so cool. Everybody, we can do this. There's not one person. John Clark, we were talking about you earlier, about your friend and that, you know, where to go with the big interviews. You did such a great job with, you know, the lady tomorrow that we're going to talk to and the guy that does the real estate and having the conversation that's powerful for them without throwing up on them. That's what we're trying to create for every one of you. We are not going to let you drown. We are not going to leave you behind. If you get scared and have to quit for a while and swim back to the dock, that's on you and you do it. Or if you want to swim through it and get that free GoPro ticket and all the accolades from all these people, you go do it. I think Jill McCourty is going to graduate tomorrow, and we celebrate. We do a video. It is so exciting. So, yeah, unbelievable.
Thank you.
No, thank you. We love you. And go look at all your new Facebook friends. You have gone from obscure to very, very popular in a very big hurry because we love you. And you're not alone. You're not alone. We're all in this thing together. And we're all trying to become soldiers of Dr. Wallach and warriors of Dr. Wallach and generals for Dr. Wallach.
So if anyone has like cancer protocol out there, and I know the diabetes protocol, I believe, I would like people to share those things with me, because I just got a call today from some lady in our community whose 36-year-old daughter-in-law died this week of leukemia.
Yeah.
That's what's going on in the community.
Yeah.
Cancer, strokes, you know, it's rampant.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do it. All right, everybody. Sayonara. We're doing the presentation school down at the building tonight. Lanny, see you this weekend for the basketball game with the grandkids. It's going to be unbelievable. I love you guys with all my heart. I'll see you later. Chin up, just out. Thanks for being on here.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, Tom.
Good
night. Good night, everyone. Love
Good
you.
night, everybody. Love you guys. Bye.
Hey, honey. See you tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Good night, everybody.